Kinross it is, who's last in. Rossa Ryan moves forward, but to continue this excellent run for Rafe Beckett. Drawn in stall 10, left-hand side. All set for the Park Stakes. Potmaster jumped in the air slightly. Kinross jumped well. Pogo is pushed towards the lead with Al-Shabaab Storm. Kinross just trying to get a little bit of cover there on the outside of lead artist and Poet Master. So the front three in the market are 3rd, 4th and 5th at this stage, with Potmaster the grey, Bulgaria in the striped colours, and she is followed by Should Have Been a Ring, and last of all is Vetiver. So now Pogo begins to press on. Pogo up the centre of the racecourse, leads by just over a length or so. Al-Shabaab Storm racing on the left-hand side. Over on the far side, Poet Master racing a little bit keenly. Then lead artist Kinross away to the left, and then as they split into two groups, Potmaster and Bulgaria go to the right. Vetiver staying over towards the near side, which Should Have Been a Ring. So Pogo leads the right-hand group by a couple of lengths from Poet Master. Up the centre, Al-Shabaab Storm, lead artist and Kinross are close to the head of affairs. Then Should Have Been a Ring and Vetiver. As Pogo under pressure, Poet Master moving stylishly between the leaders. Now lead artist and Kinross both begin their moves together with Al-Shabaab Storm, Should Have Been a Ring and Vetiver. They've got over a furlong to go, and it's Kinross who strikes for home first from lead artist. Back in 3rd place is Should Have Been a Ring, over a furlong for Kinross to last. Out in front, lead artist is 2nd. Then behind these Should Have Been a Ring. Kinross wandering around in front, but still going forward from lead artist from left to right. But he's back all right. Kinross, it is who wins again the Park Stakes. Bounces back to lead artist, and then behind these Should Have Been a Ring and Vetiver. They were the first 4 home. Poet Master was next, and they drift all the way back to the likes of Al-Shabaab Storm. Kinross got there travelling really well. Once he got to the front, he had a look to the left, he had a look to the right, but he just kept on running. Kinross, excellent 7 furlong record. It was the question of whether or not age had wearied him. Lead artist ran well, but was no match for him really. Close for 3rd, Should Have Been a Ring on the far side of Vetiver, possibly in that order, but it was very close. Poet Master ran a bit keen. Poet Master ahead of Potmaster. They were 5th and 6th. But Kinross, they rather allowed those front two too much rope at Goodwood. Audience and art power. Kinross did best of the rest, and today with the better setup. He showed. He's still no back number.
When Rossa Ryan was sitting motionless, that combination got a proper Doncaster roar, Jason. As you would say, what a wonderful racehorse this is.
Yeah, he's a lovely bit of machinery, isn't he? And I don't think it really matters. We know he's brilliant when the mud is flying, but how good did he finally start to work his way into the race today? And it was all over. The problem was, Francesco, he jumped real good, which is great, but then trying to get cover was never going to be easy for Rossa.
I mean, he's just an absolute legend, isn't he? There he is on the outside. Like you say, he jumped well. It was Potmaster who wasn't brilliant away. Pogo on the front end. You had Al-Shabaab Storm there. You had Poet Master, who was switching his leads early. He's clearly not the most straightforward. Lead artist was sat just in front of Kinross, but he was the last one off the bridle, wasn't he? Because you could see the jockey Rossa Ryan just sitting quietly thinking, I've got plenty of horse here. I love the way his tongue comes out the left-hand side of his mouth. It just lolls away, and he's like, yeah, got this, know what I'm doing.
There was a moment when Rossa, he lit the fuse, and I'm sure he's such a good rider that he will admit he lit the fuse far too early, because he took him to the front. He's thinking, oh no, this is going to be a long way home because I've got to commit. He just starts to ask, and he responds. That was it. The tap down the shoulder, that lit the fuse, and then it was, oh no, too much.
Is that because lead artist went up his inside? Lead artist went off the favourite in the Judmont colours, and the jockey on the lead artist, Kieran Schumacher said, right, let's go. And I suppose when you're on the horse upsides, you can't really let them go, can you?
No, he slips through. He was following him, and he's gone and to go past him. You know, obviously he didn't want to give him too much leeway, but look, he's won well.
Well, let's hear what Rossa made of that when he did press the button.
Yeah, thanks very much, Ed. I'll get onto that in a moment. But first of all, when you loomed up there, Rossa, did he give you the real feel of being that Group 1 horse, not in a Group 1?
Yeah, I've made it known that we got the tactics wrong in Goodwood, and his last two furlongs in Goodwood were something incredible, the fractions he set, and today everything was wrong. The only thing he had going from was the ground. The draw was a hindrance and cover, and I'll be honest with you, I got there way further out than Rafe wanted me to be there, but he was just going so well. I just wanted him to enjoy it and let down and go and do it. And I was fairly confident when I sat into the saddle there was no one going to pass me, you know.
The team all thought that you would say that you'd got there soon enough, but it was a little bit like Sweet William yesterday, wasn't it? That once these horses are travelling like that, to disappoint them is very hard.
Exactly, and I couldn't see past his form. He was the best horse in the race, and I wanted to ride him like that. And they got racing a long way from home because they didn't go hard early, and kind of all the hard work was done by the time I actually gave him a kick in the belly and they had kind of run the race. So just brilliant. He's back on track for Mark Chan and everyone involved.
Kinross, little legend of a 7-year-old, becomes the 4th horse to win this race, the Park Stakes, twice. Bishop of Cashel did it in the 90s.